Hey everybody, I'm JinJa Birkenbeuel, the host of the Honest Feel Guy podcast. Just checking in on my 2023 creative reset. Just wanted to say hello and let you know that I have some additional podcasts coming up. I know I said that last time, and I really actually do. I have 4 podcasts lined up for the month of March through the beginning of April, and I'm really excited about the conversation I'm going to have coming down the pike. But while I am waiting for my guests to show up on my show, I want to ask you to please subscribe if this is your first time listening to the Honest Feel Guide podcast. And if you have listened to my podcast before and you're coming back again to check things out, please leave a review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, or, send a review up to LinkedIn, my favorite channel of all time. Anyway, thank you so much for coming in to listen. So I want to just do a brief interlude, another soliloquy on some things that I've been thinking about the last couple of weeks, which sort of came into sharp relief maybe about a week ago. And it's really want to just talk a little bit about creativity and how important it is to stay curious and ask questions, be open, and use your creativity for good, and never ever use your creativity for evil or for bad things. And when I say creativity, I'm not just talking visual art or music. I'm really talking about anytime anything's happening in your mind where you are imagining something from scratch that didn't exist before, and you're thinking about it, or you're putting it on paper, or you are sharing what you know with others, like I do on my podcast and other things like my workshops, or you are making visual art, maybe you're dancing, making music, making films, pottery, whatever it is that you're working on. Creativity doesn't just mean visual arts. It's any type of creation whatsoever. I have this really phenomenal book that I've been tweeting about the last week. It's called No Idea is Final. It's quotes from the creative voices of our time. I never know how to pronounce the name of this book publisher. Is it Phaidon or is it Phaidon? Whenever I see the word, I'm like, P-H-A, and then I start thinking other things. But anyway, I hope I'm pronouncing it right. But anyway, that's the publisher of the book. It's called No Idea is Final. And this book is full of really just astonishing quotes and messages and thoughts related to creativity. And it's broken up by sections. Like the first thing is acting, then there's advice and age and art and beauty, and then it goes all the way through writing and youth. So it's broken up into concepts and ideas, and I just love it. The typography is really huge. The cover of the book is bright orange, and it's got this wonderful linen feeling in your hands. It's very tactile. It's very wonderful holding a beautiful book in your hands, especially a book that has such amazing content. I mean, the content is just like, it's killing me right here. It's just really great. Here's a couple of things I'm going to read out loud. All right, this might sound kind of, soft, but in context, it's really amazing. It's said by Tom Ford. When you find somebody good, keep them, which I think is absolutely amazing. Of course, when you find someone good, because, every time you look around the corner, you think something's better, you got to start all over again. And you realize, hey boss, you're the same as my old boss. It's the same. So I love that quote. Alicia Keys is written up in here, and she says, you just grow up and realize that everybody's opinion doesn't matter. You just start to care less. And I absolutely love that. It's so real. It just hits you right there. And I don't even know. I mean, some people realize much sooner than they grow up that you could care less, but it just really depends on the person. Some people are very, very focused on what other people think and feel, and other people just don't. It depends. Me, sometimes I care about what people think. 9 times out of 10, I don't. It just really depends on the person. There's a couple other quotes that I think are really, really great in here. Stacey Martin, obviously a filmmaker, can't can it just be about the film? Can we just forget about money? Can we forget about who's going to go watch it and how to market it? I love that wishful thinking. No, not anymore. Highly encourage you to grab this book. One of the reasons why I'm thinking about creativity is that I saw a very disturbing video recently about the comic book author that created Dilbert, and he's a creative genius. He's made some amazing types of art and stories, and he's inspired generations. And I was just so discouraged when I realized that he used his creativity for hate. It just really disappointed me, and it disgusted me, and I just really didn't know what to say when I heard him spewing these absolutely horrific things. And I thought, my goodness, if you had the opportunity to be granted such a beautiful gift to make art and to tell stories and to inspire millions and millions of people, and then you realize at the end of the inspiration that it's all been a lie. Maybe it was just sort of a bait and switch. I mean, what trauma must be happening for you to, someone like this man to put out such awful things and make people feel dirty. And he's a creative. And I feel like, as a creative myself, I'm a writer. I write songs, I make art, I make designs, I do creations for my agency clients at Bird Creative. I cannot think of a moment that I would ever use my God-given gifts to make horror. I just can't even imagine it. So anyway, I just felt like I had to put that out there because, when I heard the things he said, I felt so awful about so many things, and I was just sort of brought down to the ground for a minute. But then I, come back up and I see amazing books like this. So, all that being said, I just want to say, when you are a creative person, when you want to be creative, when you're thinking of creativity, don't ever let anyone take away your creative light. Don't ever let anybody, pull back your joy of creation. Always ask questions. I remember one time I was at a meeting at my son's old Montessori school, and we were all sitting around a table, I think mostly women. There was one man in the room, and we were strategizing and brainstorming about, how to create something. And I remember asking a series of questions, and there was a woman in the room that said, "Oh my God, you're asking so many questions, can we just do this?" And I was just like, oh my gosh, I'm totally in the wrong room right now. Not only am I with the wrong people, I'm in the wrong room, in the wrong vibe, and the whole wrong thing, because if I can't be in a place to ask questions that I can create, then I don't know what I'm here for. So I always want you to ask yourself that. If you are in a place where you can't do the thing that inspires you or makes you feel whole or makes you feel like you are you, or makes you be the you that you are, if you're in spaces like that and you can sense it on your skin, you can sense it in your hair, in your toes, you can sense it, just realize that you are probably in the wrong room and find a way out as soon as possible. Just get out of Dodge, man. Get out of Dodge. Anyway, so I hope you enjoyed this little interlude. And again, check this book out. No Idea is Final. It's brand new. It just came out a week ago. There's some amazing people in this book. Steve McQueen, John Malkovich, Jack Nicholson. I read you Alicia Keys, Anish Kapoor, Werner Herzog. There's just so many tremendous stories. I think I'm going to just read one more. Let me find one more. Okay, here it is. I don't know if I agree with this one. This is by Michael Balhas. He says, "I think the idea is the most important thing. Execution is easier." I don't think I agree with that. I think execution is harder. I don't know. I guess it depends on the person. If you're brimming with ideas, and you're just you have so many ideas that you don't know which one to execute, you might have the opposite problem. But I do appreciate people that believe that execution is easier. I think I need to find more people in my life that just go execute. That's what I'm looking for. People that just make it happen. They can just bring all of my thousands of things that I have written on tiny bits of strips of paper bring it all to life for me. Thank you for listening to the Honest Field Guide podcast and my little interlude. I'm JinJa Birkenbeuel, and I do hope that you'll come back the next time I release another few minutes of a conversation with myself and you. And in the meantime, we'll see you next time.